Welcome, everybody. I'm Martin Brossman, success coach. I work with people on the ground and on the web to have a fierce competitive advantage. Love BNI. I travel constantly, so consistency in one Raleigh location has not worked, but I've been a champion and sent lots of people to it. So what is Alignable? Yep. Small business networking to build strategic allies. Now, does everyone who joins Alignable get that? No, most small businesses, when they find an opportunity to do their 60-second commercial, spew out ads, and they need to get training on what networking is. You know that in BNI as well, and how important it is to look for the next ally. No one wants your next spewed elevators pitch. They're looking to help you, to work with you, to be a strategic ally. It's a lot more approachable way to look for allies than look for someone to spew your latest commercial on, because that's when what I call their sales shield goes up and they block you. And this is fundamental training I know from Steve and Whitney and Mike and others of BNI. So I feel it's very aligned with it. That being understood, since both are about relationships, I don't see any competition with it, because BNI has a massive, unique training and facilitation and kind of a boot camp. And then you meet in person or one-on-one. You have a small group you're working with, while Alignable is connecting you to your entire community. It's based on a fundamental, a strategic distance from you and other people. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. And the key thing to understanding Alignable is it's well indexed by Google, another presence on the web for you. Now, the other thing is there is a rich free version to develop. Now, I'm a premium member, but in my monthly Alignable networking event, which is on the handout, that's free too, the other associate I team up in New Bern keeps a free version, so we can always contrast the two. So we're going to just start with the fundamental of the profile and understand the big thing is who sells in BNI? Who's the main person selling? Is it your logo or is it you? You. Same thing with Alignable. That's why I recommend having a photo and then brand yourself at the top of the picture. So when you fill it out, have some clear content on it. From there, fill out your Alignable profile. It's just go through a lot of the content you've already done in Alignable. You've done the research. Who are your strategic allies? Who are your customers? And then content on it. So that's where we're going to start, is a fundamental of filling it out. Are you having any BNI event that anyone who knows about it could come to it? That would be a good thing to list here. You see, then it would be open so they would know what it is. You also can add some photos. Please don't put stock photos on this. That's really annoying to everyone. And the biggest thing is once you get a profile set up, then you're able to connect to other BNI members. And what do you think? Let's see, Mike, I got great service from you. You're fantastic. I'd be glad to rave about anything you do. What might I do once I finish my profile on Alignable? Right, give you a written recommendation. So now I'm giving another way online that's simple for another touch point for you on the group on BNI. And Steve brought me in years ago in his early beginning in training. We did a thing and we talked about when you acknowledge someone on the ground and then you acknowledge them on the web, it has a multiplying effect, not just an additive effect. And this was years ago when he did in person over at Bill Davis's group. And this is another place to do that. So when that occurs, other people will see it on Alignable. So now you've built up more content and information. So the next step to understand is connecting to people you know. Now, what will occur is it's designed for people right near you. And that's important because the study is most businesses network with people fairly close, but some of us since we have so many dense cities right nearby in the triangle, we might network with something that could be outside the free version of Alignable. And I've put a video on the handout I'll give you in the resource link where you can see a video walking through, if you have the person's email they use on Alignable, how to connect to them. So this would be an important piece to note is along with that, you can then connect to people outside Alignable. There are a few things fundamental to understand as you go. So we first get the profile done. Second, we start connecting to people we know, like, and trust, especially our BNI members, and we could write reviews and recommendations. The other thing is we can use it to announce events. And again, when you're on Alignable, please don't push commercials out. Find ways to contribute, because you know what happens in BNI. Most of the good presentations stand up and give a tip to someone, not just a commercial, right? Your 10-minute, I've seen there. How do I add value to people? Same as here, is find some ways to add value. Then along with it, you're connecting to strategic allies online so you could introduce people through your Alignable profile as well. So these are the beginning pieces. Now, a few tips I want to give. When you get on, if you say I'm getting too many emails, right here, email preferences, you can go in and select a level of notifications. One of the biggest complaints with any platform when you join is generally you get too many emails. So if you have that experience, you can go in and twist, just like Nextdoor, just like LinkedIn, just like Facebook. It's right here on your profile, and often people don't see it, and that's where you can get it. Along with it, just some resources. This is the monthly meeting event. You're welcome to come. And this is the Strategic Allies group for the whole triangle that's been set up. So we talked about the email preferences. We talked about the basic profile. And then along that, you're seeing the feed of what people are updating on Alignable. Some will just be doing promotions. That's fine. Bless them and move on. But some will offer useful information. Another thing is Alignable has gotten some attention of Washington, D.C., and is one of the most powerful allies we have of small and micro businesses in the U.S. and Canada. So I want to now open for questions and comments you might have. And remember, when you have a chance to acknowledge somebody online that the world can see, that carries a little bit more weight or different weight than in person in your BNI. So don't underestimate the power of that online acknowledgement, multiplying with your acknowledgement in your BNI group. You all can connect with me. And Steve, I'm going to move it over to you.
Great.